Hello, Derek McPhatter here for the fire this time's here to answer a couple questions about community created performances and some other stuff I'm up to here in Chicago. Question one, tell us about your collaboration with the Lyric Opera of Chicago. I am currently the script writer for the Lyric Opera of Chicago's Chicago Voices Community Created Performances 2017 program, which comes to an exciting conclusion on September 10th at the Harris Theater with a presentation of Stories and Songs of Chicago featuring three new music theater works created by three amazing creative ensembles here in Chicago. I have been the scriptwriter for the project, which means for the summer I've been working closely with each of the three ensembles alongside some other creative artists, director, songwriter, etc. And I've been specifically responsible for the story development process and building the scripts for each show. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to, and it's been really, really exciting. Next question. This is my second year working on Chicago Voices Community Created Performances. That is true. I did do this project last year. Last year, I worked with one of the groups. Every year, they do three groups. So last year, I worked on one of the projects with a nonprofit organization called Harmony, Hope, and Healing. And that was an amazing experience. I would consider it one of the highlights of my career as a writer so far. Harmony, Hope, and Healing uses the power of music to work with people struggling with addiction, with homelessness, and other challenges. And we created a beautiful 30-minute piece together. So I'm really proud of that piece. And I was delighted when the Lyric Opera approached me again this season to see if I would come back. And then I was surprised to see that they didn't want me to just write one of the shows. They wanted me to work with three ensembles this year. So essentially writing the scripts for all three shows. But when I say writing the scripts, it's a little bit different than being a playwright. It's more like my services as a writer are at the disposal of the actual ensembles who are creating the work. So we came up with everything together. I might have been the one going away to like create the actual script, but the concepts, the dialogue, a lot of the songs and all of that, that's really come from the group in an organic kind of sharing process that I helped guide. Yeah. What's the next question? What do the three groups that made it to the finals represent in terms of voice, age, ethnicity, and whatnot? Well, I really invite you to go to the Community Creative Performances blog so you can hear firsthand how these participants have benefited, grown, informed these experiences that we are actually bringing in to fruition as Community Creative Performances 2017. I think they can actually tell you that more than I can. I can say that there were, I believe, 8 semifinalist groups that came all across Chicago, and it was stiff competition, narrowing it down to 3. And the way that happened was Chicago voted. So all across Chicago, especially from the Lyric Opera's own like audience community and the communities of the semifinalist groups, there was intense lobbying and voting publicly to figure out who the last 3 groups would be that actually got the opportunity to do the show. They are from different areas of Chicago, so lots of different neighborhoods, lots of different ethnicities, lots of African American and Latino and Caucasian. So those big groups there. Even though some of the groups are ethnically similar, their aesthetics and creativity are very, very, very different. So it's actually going to be a lot of fun on September 10th to see these 3 groups bring all of their uniqueness into the shows. So I'm really excited about that. And I encourage you to check out the blogs to hear from Blue Rhythm Collective, to hear from Kuumba Links, and to hear from YOLO Boomers themselves about like who they are and why they wanted to do this project. Let's see, what else do you want to know? I have a sci-fi musical theater project called Bring the Beat Back. Yes, I do. You want to know, has working on Chicago Voices inspired me to seek out more musical theater projects? Well, I can definitely tell you a couple things about how Bring the Beat Back, my queer black sci-fi music theater extravaganza, relates to what I'm doing currently. I will say this. I applied for Chicago Voices 2016, so the first time I did the project, I used Bring the Beat Back as my writing sample. So it's my passion project. Whenever there's something that I'm really, really, really going to go after, I kind of go to Bring the Beat Back first and see, is this an appropriate project to pitch as a sample of my work? And it was for Chicago Voices for different reasons. I will also say that I have some really interesting and exciting new musical theater projects that I'm developing, but I can't really talk about them yet because Bring the Beat Back is the main focus. But community creative performances has shown me that there's so many different things that you can do with musical theater in the 21st century that I'm definitely going to be dedicating my time to building a couple more works in music theater that are Derek McPhatter kind of projects. So that's kind of all I'm going to say about it right now. You should go see September 10th the 3 new musical theater works at Chicago Voices itself, community creative performances in Chicago, and you should plan to keep an eye out for news on Bring the Beat Back very, very soon. And what else do you want to know? Finally, what should we expect to see in you from my upcoming play, Serious Adverse Effects, as part of National Black Theater's Black to the Future season this year? Well, can't tell you that, honey.